Okay, today's session is around content repurposing. So this is a question to all the people, those who are actually in the phase of building communities. This is a question to you on the scale of 1 to 10, how difficult it is to keep the consistency with the content in the community. 6 or 7. Okay, we have someone who feels it's a light work. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So it is a difficult thing for sure, like everybody is mentioning, right? So today's session, what we have is basically one of the hack which the content gurus in the world also use, and one of my favorite person is Gary Vaynerchuk. I don't know, like if you have heard about him or seen his videos, but I'm sure if you are a little bit into what, like I don't know, like you will get hit by his videos anywhere, because if you follow a little bit of good marketing content, personal branding, or even around communities also, or even around motivation and entrepreneurship, you will find him, because this guy, he releases every day on probably 6 to 8 platforms, and at least 4 to 5 pieces every day. So you can imagine, like so Instagram story will be with respect to the Instagram story, and then tweet will be in the form of tweet and all that content. So that's there. This good talk of Gary V, which is about, like cracking one one good form of content. He calls it pillar content into 33 micro content pieces. Can you imagine 33 micro content pieces, just one from one? So this is what we're going to talk today, like because somehow, you believe it or not, but you guys are becoming content creators, and creators are eventually required too much in future. And this is a skill of future which you guys are acquiring. So learning and understanding about content repurposing is going to be really, really important, right, people? Any thoughts on that? Like any thoughts, any example before I start? Any example anybody would like to tell me, like that they have done something like that in past? Any example of anything?
So the question was mostly like if I have worked on creating content and consistency in the content, something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or
Yeah,
you mean
like any past experience of cracking, breaking the content into multiple ways, or like repurposing a good content, or like any good
yeah, sure. So
experience around that.
recently I made a music video which is featured in VH1,
Mm-hmm.
and to market that properly, what we did was pick up the best part in the music video, like the part which is really good, and like made 30-second reels for the music video and posted that up in Instagram a lot. And honestly, those reels, I mean, a music video is not usually a complete package, like 4 or 5 minutes it would be engaging. So it starts off and ends up with a different note, but in between there was some part which was like really good in a music video, which really excites us. So we just pick up that best part and just publish it as a reels, and give a good call to action, like this is releasing on this date. So everybody had that in mind, like 26th of December it's coming up. So that really helped us in picking up the interest.
Absolutely. So something like that also we are going to discuss it. Thanks, Abu. Okay, so who has just joined? Hi, everyone. We were just discussing that what we are going to talk today, and second thing, the in the chat room, I have also asked people how difficult is the process of content creation, or how difficult is to consistently create content. On the scale of 1 to 10, you can just give your answers. So the one who has recently joined can take part in that. Hamil, Kush, Pooja, 5. Hamil thinks it's 50-50%, right? That's great. Like I really like that people are taking content easily. So the thing which we're going to discuss today is content repurposing, which is also another hack to crack the content, and being able to. First thing is always, like the basic definition of what it is. So what is content repurposing is really, really important. And the image you can see below is basically a good example of breaking down one piece of content which is in a written format into multiple different formats: tweets, images, newsletters, pins, LinkedIn posts, and whatnot. So that's basically the the answer to it. And then content repurposing, uh, as per the definition, is basically content recycling, which is a very, very right term to understand content repurposing, so that you don't waste any piece of content, any piece of effort which you have put to create that content. Um, so you can repurpose a content piece by the changing its format or by targeting a new audience segment, which is a really nice deal, because sometimes what content we create, we usually forget to target it to the right people, or we eventually create it and not share it with on the right channels. So content repurposing is also a way to pick the old content and share it on the right channels as well, because sometimes you don't do it on right times, or maybe other reasons. We'll discuss it later. So like you can see, just a very simple example, how one piece of content, a discussion, has got converted into a blog. So very simple example, I have talked about this earlier also in a lot of other sessions, and one of the session was UGC, users generated content, and this is one of the part of that. But ultimately this is also content repurposing, like, picking up one piece of content and then blasting it into different forms. So moving ahead, this is just an example for you. On the left hand side, the discussion is happening, and on the right hand side, the whole blog is there, created out of it. Okay, going ahead, why we need to repurpose content. So this is a quick gyan, and just for you to listen and process for yourself. So first is definitely because it gives you chance to transform just a one content piece into multiple content pieces. um, Second will be content creation time. Like I already asked you how difficult it is to create content, and everybody has said, like, at least everyone is 5 or 5 plus. So definitely this is something which is difficult, and it takes a lot of time, so you want to do that. Third is, like, the you can what you can do is, like, redeeming less successful content means basically content which was not being able to successful at that point of time. You can just use it again, uh, at the right place at the right time with the right audience on the right platform. So that will, like, eventually make it a successful content. And then cross-platform content promotion, which is basically, you pick up one piece of content. Let's say I picked one blog. Now I'm creating a YouTube video out of it. I'm creating a small reels also out of it, and then I'm putting it on different platforms also. So basically, my different platform audience is cross exchanging, and, like, getting the promotion from all the different platforms by just one piece of content. So that is really important, because you create content is one skill, then you distribute content is another skill. Then cater to multiple audience preferences. Absolutely, a lot of people, they don't like to watch videos, but they like to listen to podcasts. So I've seen a lot of big YouTubers, or like, webinar professionals. They will be downloading the audio, extracting the audio from the video, and then putting it on their podcast channel, which again goes to 20-30 different podcast channels. So what just one thing, and then putting it on multiple ones. And then the next one will be community visibility, basically, because you will be on multiple platforms, and since we will be creating content for our communities, so like, through this, by just sharing this content piece. Right now you're just creating one graphic for Instagram. How about you use the similar graphic content to create a tweet as well? So what will happen, that in the end you will write, to know more or whatever, you can join our community. So basically, on different platforms, your community is also getting a visibility, which is important. You need to you are struggling with the with the with a regular acquisition problem. You want more people to know about yourself. How you will correct that? You will only be able to crack that when you will go on multiple platforms and share content on it, because everybody is dwelling on those platforms. Then the next one will be creating a pathway for potential uh, members to find you. So ultimately, the similar point which I told you, you want right people to find you, then you have to be at all the right places. And if you're not doing that, then it's going to be a little difficult for you to get all the members. So these are the few reasons you should be repurposing the content, and it should definitely be one of your major hack, because because moving ahead. So this I want to tell everyone, because you have been creating content, and a few communities here which are, let's say, a month or two old. So for you, the content which you have created in the very starting phases, right now your audience, your new members have joined, and you can actually repurpose it. You must have seen these hashtags on Instagram, blast from the past, or throwback or stuff like that. What is that? This is Those are again content repurposing. Like the similar content you created once, now you are using it again. So you can do the similar thing, throwback content or throwback post, throwback chat room, something like that you can create in your community, some old chat rooms, and you can actually, when you create your content calendar, you can have one throwback every week of some past really good content. That can be a really good hack which you can implement from today onwards. So look at this. So this is how it looks like. uh, in the center you see there's this one webinar which I'm conducting, and I'm talking about multiple things. And then what I did is I broke it down into multiple small videos and put it on Instagram, on LinkedIn with some good caption, and then on YouTube as well. And then uh, just pick some some tweets also out of it, and then similarly made a Instagram post out of it as well. So everything from just one session, and it's not this much. I have almost created, I guess, 15 pieces from one webinar, and used it on different platforms. And last 3 months I have applied this tactic, and I had, what, I guess, just three or four such kind of content pieces, and I have just used it and spread it everywhere on all the platforms. So this has actually worked for me. I have actually applied it, and I have grown my impressions everywhere. I don't have these stats right away. I really wanted to give you the data, but I was not able to capture that. Uh, but yeah, like I'm just telling you, like I started my Instagram from scratch, and just via these hacks, and I guess, without even interacting and doing anything, just posting. I guess it just crossed 200 people. So 200 people are still looking at it. I'm getting good views on Instagram. I'm getting good views on Twitter already, and then LinkedIn and everything. They are already rolling, and then YouTube as well. So just telling you like how one good piece has actually worked for me at so many different places, and this is what I want to preach right now, and then want you to practice as well. Moving ahead, so this is also important to understand. It's no nothing rocket science here. Very simple thing, like which content to repurpose is something we need to understand. Okay, so first is evergreen content. What is evergreen content? So I'll not be able to give you example with respect to your communities, but I'll give you an example with respect to my community, which is LMCNs, or a community of community managers. So evergreen content is basically content which will eventually help everyone every time. Let's say monetization of communities. It's an evergreen content. It's not gonna get lost, and I can keep on using it again and again every month in different forms, and without fail, I'll be getting the views and new discussion on the same content. So that is evergreen content. But content like something which you produce on let's say Women's Day. So what has been produced just for Women's Day today will not be able to you will not be able to share it every day because that is very specific to the Women's Day, and that specific content. So those pieces are difficult to pick and repurpose, but an evergreen content is always helpful. So you need to understand what are evergreen content pieces for your community. Maybe you can categorize this for yourself. Second, the second thing will be popular community discussions. What does that mean is a few chat rooms you must be having where a few discussions have happened, right? People have talked, and they have really liked it, and some conversations happen. So my suggestion is that you go back, scroll, and see what are those chat rooms, and how about you repurpose those chat rooms in the coming weeks. And that's how you can again cut down one of your day content. Like you can have uh, go back and scroll down and see, bring out 5 to 10 good such community discussions, and then bring them back, and fix a day. Like let's say every Thursday you're gonna do the throwback content kind of a thing. So you can have that ritual and bring some past discussion and bring it here, and then maybe a summary of past discussion, you bring it here, and along with that you tag those people who have taken part in that, and say like this was a discussion we have had earlier. New people, what are your thoughts on the same? And then you tag the old ones, saying like thank thank you for contributing and stuff. And now the new ones can take part in the same thing. So that you can do in like, that's how you can use your the made those discussions which have actually helped in past. And even on your social media as well, you see like you have posted some question in the story or something on a post where you have put some question in the bio, and you saw a lot of people taking part in it. Bring that back, make a post out of it if you want to, and then do it again. So that will eventually help you. This is just like, smart eye you need to have for your content what you have been creating, and you can quickly crack it. Third will be quality content that needs a little styling or makeover. So that's also an amazing way, which is basically um, I'll give you an example of this, like, moving ahead, like how you can pick up a quote and make a good, beautiful looking content, graphical post out of it. From your community, you can always pick something like that. Somebody has said something in a chat room which is very, very fancy. You can just make a quote out of it and paste it in different places on your social media. Like I said, you need to keep an eye on all such things happening within your community. And then webinars, absolutely, like I've already shown you an example how to crack webinars into 15 multiple pieces. Though Gary Vee break it down into 33, I'm not able to do it yet, but definitely you will be able to do that if you try. So just imagine, like, 15 content pieces, how easy it will become. You can just finish your whole week content on just one webinar if you want to. Like your whole social media channel can be covered in just one one webinar. Okay, uh, moving ahead. So okay, so now these are like quick ways to repurpose. You can pick these and implement them. First is uh, first is this hack. I guess everyone has started newsletter or about to start newsletter, so you can always pick those valuable community posts and highlight them in your newsletters. That is solving your newsletter trouble of creating content. So one component of a newsletter is finished. You can have community posts in your newsletters. Then transform community discussion into a blog. We have talked about this earlier also in UGC and all this stuff. Try doing this, please try doing this. You will see how powerful these UGC content pieces are, because you empower everyone's voice through that one blog post, and then you share, everybody shares it. Your none of your posts will get so much of shares than this one, I can promise you on that. Group similar content into a series. So what does that mean is basically, what you can do is, let's say you run something called Tuesday discussions, or whatever is your series you're running, or you have been running some similar kind of content. What you can do is you can group them, and then after grouping, either you can make a carousel out of it, either grouping, you can make a series of posts out of it, or you can post it on Instagram, you can post it on as a video. You can make a small ebook out of it if you want to. Like, there are tools where you can do that, and then share it with your community. Then the next one would be share community webinars as publicly accessible video tutorials. So yeah, like this is again a hack which a lot of, like I told you, professionals keep on using. They share the community webinars and then break it down into video tutorials, and then make the most out of it. So you can also do the same thing. And I guess what we are doing at LikeMinds as well, like, we are also breaking down these content pieces and making them into video tutorials. So you can see an example what we are doing. You can see it on our YouTube and Instagram. You will eventually start seeing that. So that is also another hack. Long post through infographics or instructographics. This, I guess you must have heard about infographics. Infographics is basically a big graphic, and which will have different images, and, like, it will have small content, very one line or two line of content, but then a lot of images will be there, and then you break it down into, like, let's say seven good habits of a community manager. So I can just pick up all the habits and find out images of that, and make a good long infographic out of it. You get these infographic, um, what do you call that? Um, Posters, basically templates. Okay, you get these templates on Canva. Like, you just have to do nothing. You just have to bring in your pictures, edit the content, and you are ready to post it. So that is also a really good content, and that's a viral content basically. So some good discussion which has happened, you can actually break it down in that manner and then share it. Then yeah, share member stories with community testimonials. That is always going to work. And since you're building a community, and like you want other people to come to your community, this is the most important thing. You need to share the trust which your members are having on you. When you share the trust, other people will also trust you, and this is what you want. This is what we do as a community builder. We create trust in the community, outside the community, and this is what we have to do. So do share good words which your community members have talked about you in different formats across different platforms. So yeah, these are 7 ways to repurpose. Now just few examples. You can see that's Gary Vee's example, how he has transformed a tweet to an Instagram post. Quickly taken a screenshot of it. Yeah, so that is also a hack. I have also used it. Quickly take a screenshot of a tweet and post it on your story, or post it as a post on your Instagram, or put a small GIF around it, and then post it all together with it. So you can do that also. And there are tools, online tools to do that. Then on the right hand side, you can see, like I was telling you, codes. So you can pick up any good code and make this kind of a template and just use it. That's so quick to do, and that is a good piece of content. Either it can be a UGC or it can be just yours. uh, Next is, like, what you have, what if you are doing a good webinar, and there is a good summary which you can create out of it. So using the webinar and small snippets of your slides and everything, you can make a good blog. And, like, soon we are coming up with the community website, and other websites. You can start sharing your blogs or something even on there as well. So you can start writing, summarizing your good sessions into good blog posts with some pictures and everything, and start sharing on Instagram also, using the bio. In the bio, you can write the whole experience, the whole summary. In the carousel, you can just share the screenshots, like the good ones in the carousel. So you can do it on there, you can do it on LinkedIn, you can do it on a Medium or YouTube, wherever you want to. So that's something which is also there. And yeah, so this is, sorry for the bad animation. um, so these are a few links which are there, which I'll quickly share in the chat box as well. So you can read about content repurposing, and from the best you can read it from here. I'll share it with everyone. Even I'll put it in the chat room as well, the event chat room. You can go back. I'll suggest you to just give your 10 minutes to this. Like, I really want you to scroll down, because if you're seriously facing the trouble of content creation, trust me, content repurposing is your key to break that. You will find it so easy once you will become accustomed to it. And it's that easy and useful, because creating fresh content every day, and living in that hand to mouth problem, it's a big trouble to tackle. And a lot of people, they keep on doing, but since they are not able to create a process around it, or, like, find some ways like these, they actually goes down. So try reading at least one or two articles from here, which I'll share. And yeah, thank you. That is it.